Check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
Powered by
good to go.
Riverside FM.
All right, you ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to Not From Boston.
First time we're back in person in 3 months.
I know, it's crazy. We don't have video this week, but that's fine because we're just hanging out again, and it's less. Zoom recordings are not fun. I don't care.
It's
for
not
them.
my favorite. It's a way to do things, but that is pretty much all it is.
Yeah. I also think it's a very we're doing a very different show when we're doing Zoom recordings.
Yeah, 100%. It's hard to not talk over each other, which I think is the hardest part. There's always a little bit of a delay, and so I'm always and you're not quite finished saying something.
Yeah, I think next time that there's an extended period where we're doing Zoom recordings, we should just for that period change the format of the show to be more an ESPN talk.
Yeah.
It's just better than we can't. It's harder to do this.
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, we're back. The Sox. We got the Sox game on 2 different screens in this one room.
Yes.
Yeah, the team's been doing all right. We are, as of now, what is it? We're 66 and 55.
Yes.
Game and a half up in the wild card race. 4.5 back in the AL East. Things are
Things are
good.
still moving in a good direction.
Yeah.
I think we're facing the toughest 2 back-to-back series that we're going to see for a while right now in Houston and San Diego this weekend. Obviously, San Diego, I felt was a really tough. I was really disappointed at losing the second game. Yeah, that felt pretty tough to swallow. And then we got our doors kicked in on Sunday. And obviously, right now it's 2-1 Houston in Houston, game 3. So this is the rubber match. It's a 1-1 split right now. So we'll see. I mean, we might get the conclusion before the conclusion of this podcast recording, but obviously this is kind of a big game considering the Yankees are playing Minnesota. The Mariners are white hot right now. They're streaking up the wild card board and they're chasing down. I mean, they're tied with Houston for the division. So a lot of stuff is up in the air right now.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, they just put his ERA numbers, Walker Buehler's ERA numbers up per inning, and his 4th inning ERA is over 12.
Yeah, first and fourth have been a disaster for him.
Yeah. I mean, I think with this weekend, also, it was so nice for a little while to just be on the same coast as the Red Sox.
Yeah, you don't have
games.
to watch the games at 4:00.
Yeah, I was I can end my day with a game.
It's nice,
that's
huh?
so fun. But yeah, I mean, with the Padres series, I was definitely a little nervous going in because the Padres are a good team. Certainly. They're a good. I mean, and I think right now I think they're better than the Dodgers. I think I felt similarly as when we were playing the Phillies. I'm I'm not upset if we take 1 out of the 3. And that's kind of what happened. I mean, yeah, game 2 was I think Cora was just really slow on the draw in terms of getting Giolito out of that.
Yeah,
mess.
he hung on too long for sure.
And Giolito just did not look right that day. I mean,
yeah.
he just he physically looked bad.
Yeah, he didn't come out of the gate strong. He didn't have his best stuff. He was spiking a ton of pitches. He threw 3 wild pitches.
It's maybe Buehler's stole his energy to pitch well the day before. I don't know. It was really strange. But yeah, I think that game the bullpen wasn't used great. I think any day you put Whitlock in 2 days in a row is not
it's
a good
not going to work. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think Yoshida had a really good game 1 of the series. And Wong and a break. Yoshida and Wong had multi RBI games.
Dude, Wong coming through with a huge 2 RBI double with it was the bases sacked. I think his bases loaded. His first extra base hit, his first hit with runners in scoring position all season.
Yeah, and I mean Pivetta also Pivetta pitch, which was cool to see. He's been having a
fantastic,
but he got rocked.
We lit him up. Yeah, we
lit
him up.
Cora was really funny with this comment of he's having a career year, but the match, he under the, he's the same guy. He's just in a ballpark where fly balls don't go out.
Yeah, interesting.
Which is I mean, a little rude, Alex, but not wrong. Pivetta was always he was always I think kind of a stiff in the club. He always he didn't look like he was having fun ever.
Yeah, he was an interesting guy because he also got hyped a few times though. He had a couple moments in 2021 in the postseason where he was electric.
Yeah, but 22 and 23. I mean, granted, those teams all sucked, but the last 3 years. But he kind of seemed like a separate thing from that. And
sure,
I learned today, I did not know this. The I guess at the time where Casas was first doing the yoga on the field, and a veteran player had something to say about it that was shitty. It was Pivetta.
Huh.
Yeah.
He didn't fit the vibes.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, yeah. So
which is strange because San Diego is kind of known as this like young electric team with like Tatis and like all the swag and the bat flips. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, it's not as young a team as the Sox were, especially like when Pivetta was in Boston. So I think like he can kind of fade into the back, like he can do his own thing in San Diego, whereas like he actually had to like our Red Sox teams in those years, like we needed a leader, and Pivetta was like, I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah.
all.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like we had a lot of veteran players who didn't want to be leaders on those teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, game one was great. It's always good to see the bats go off. It's good to see the bottom of the order do damage. Obviously, Narvaez has been sort of nursing this semi-injury off and on. He hasn't been playing as much.
He's just tired from
he's
doing
a rookie.
it the whole season.
He's a rookie catcher. This is his first year having to catch this type of pitching at this frequency. But it's good to see Wong provide some production. He's been okay behind the dish. He did a decent enough job. He actually saved Giolito from a couple extra wild pitches in that game.
And he's up right now.
He's up, yep.
Who did we pick up from the Blue Jays, like off of waivers? Was it Ali Sanchez?
Yeah,
Is that
I
his
think
name?
so, yeah.
Yeah, so like we've added some depth. No, that's not.
It's a pop-up.
That'd be so funny if Wong
hits a bomb.
But no, I mean, also, like, you look at game one against the Padres, we struck out 4 times. Game 2, we struck out 15 times.
And that's a common theme with this team. When we strike out more than, 8 times, we don't win the game.
No, it's really hard. I mean, it's like that and scoring earlier, like the 2, really telltale signs of this team, like, whether or not they're going to win a game.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about the Padres, do we want to talk about the iPads?
Oh, yeah.
I hate this story so much. So, I guess for context, the Padres broadcast noticed that the Red Sox had an iPad in the dugout during the game, which is a totally legal thing to do. Every MLB team has an iPad in the dugout. The Red Sox were looking at their iPad, and they were looking at photos of Padres closer Robert Suarez, where his hands and his mitt were on his body, like where he held them before a pitch, and they had 2 side-by-sides. One was for when he would throw a fastball, one was throwing I think a breaking ball, and his hands were in different places. He was tipping his pitches, is what that's called. And so the Red Sox had noticed that, and they were using that for reference because Suarez is at that moment pitching. And John Boy, in their infinite wisdom to create clickbaity content, decided to flag that and retweet it and make a whole thing about it. Which of course created all these questions and debates, and it's guys, this is a fucking nothing.
I mean, it's legal.
It's completely legal. It's not even no pun intended, it's not even within the same ballpark as what the Astros did.
No, and also this comes on the back of a week in which the Astros, when we didn't even talk about this, when they were in Fenway, falsely accused the Red Sox of stealing relaying signs from second, which is also legal.
Hector Neris was being such a baby about that, and our third base coach was just dude, what? Don't chirp at me.
Which also we weren't relaying signs. That's not even what was happening necessarily. I mean, we don't know for sure, but it certainly didn't seem like that.
I mean, here's the thing, and I really worry. I'm if this is going to turn into a rule where you can't steal signs from pitchers, tipping pitches or whatever, I'm going to be so pissed because what is happening here is so the Red Sox aren't in real time, using a camera like the Astros to see Suarez do something that they wouldn't otherwise be able to see. They're literally looking at a photo from the last time Suarez pitched. And they're okay, so when his hands are here, that means that he's going to throw this. Okay, let's look with our eyes and see what he's doing right now. Okay, that means he's going to throw this. We should tell our batter that. Yeah. That is A-okay.
Relaying stuff in real time is very different. This is the same as if a scout for the Red Sox went to watch his last pitching appearance at a different, left the team and noticed this and took a photo with the camera and hung it up in the dugout and said, look, when his hands are like this, which is, bro, that's just gamesmanship in my opinion.
Yeah, and you're never going to have, there are places where you're never going to have a player or a scout or somebody be. So whatever you could see from that position, it's not. You're going to need technology, and then that's cheating.
Sure.
But this was, I think, different. This was just research.
Yeah, this is a nothing
and
to me.
Every team does this. I mean, every team should be doing this. If a team isn't doing this, that's crazy.
Which also, I remember, we had, obviously, JD Martinez for such a long time, and he was, Mr. iPad.
Yeah.
There's also nothing wrong with rewatching the at-bat you just had on the iPad. That's what a lot of them do. They're oh, fuck, 0-2, he threw me a breaking ball.
Yeah. MLB literally, they upload the footage from an at-bat minutes after it happens.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the guys do, especially
in terms of
hitters.
To teams' internal systems. It's so fast now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, also this get, I think, kind of avoids the point where it's like, hey, if a team is catching like that you, a pitcher, that you do certain things when certain pitches are about to be thrown, like that's your problem.
Yeah.
Like that's on you. You need to fix what you're doing because like, you're the one who's like giving it away.
Yeah.
Just like you gotta not tip your pitch. Like it's not rocket science. So like for it to be a whole thing about like, and I think I think they deliberately like make this a big deal about the Sox because it's Alex Cora and Alex Bregman.
Yeah, of course. And also it's coming from John Boy, which is like, those are Yankees fans, and like the Yankees have not been having a good time right now.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of like,
yeah, maybe the Yankees should take out their iPads.
Yeah. That being said, I will say John Boy made the video about the Astros like falsely accusing, and that was a funny video.
It was a great video, and I think very important, dare I say, like work of journalism.
Yeah. The irony is rich.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so that's to me, I agree with you. That's just a big fat nothing. I don't think there's anything there.
Yeah. I mean, the Sox have been doing this kind of like all season. Like I think this is not the first time that someone's kind of like chirped at the Sox for sign stealing or catching that a pitcher is tipping pitches. I think a lot of it does have to do with the buzz around, like have to do with it being Alex Cora, which I do think is like, I mean, it's like, I am like, guys, it's been a really long time since 2017. Like we gotta move along.
Even that now, I care so much less about Correa and like all those guys. Like,
but like Cora has had this reputation for a long time of being someone who's really good at detecting like when pitchers are tipping.
Mm-hmm.
He's had this reputation of being really good at picking up on other teams' signs. It's like there is literally a quote from Terry Francona in 2007 when Cora was on the Red Sox roster. There's literally a quote from Terry Francona talking about how good Alex Cora is at noticing other teams' signs. Like it's a skill in baseball. It's like, it's one of the things that separates baseball from, I think, other sports.
Yeah, I agree. And also like there's so many added benefits to knowing, like even on our men's league team, like we try to pick up signs from second base so that we know when to steal.
Yeah.
If the pitcher's throwing a curveball and he has a big leg kick, we're taking off for third.
Yeah, no,
like
of course.
There's a lot of added benefits to it. And I think the rules that Major League Baseball have put into place are very clear. You cannot in real time use technology to gain a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
In real time being the operative word.
And I think that's a very
Operative
fair
phrase.
rule.
Yeah.
And I actually, I don't really think there's much more of a need to expand beyond that, because that's a pretty specific sentence.
Yeah, I think a lot of casual fans don't understand, like, sign stealing. It sounds like this, like, fucking top-down scheme, which for the Astros it was. I mean, remember there was that email from Brandon Taubman. It was like, we're looking for a way to take the sign. Like, it was definitely a top-down, like, front office thing, but...
Ooh, that bat shattered.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, that got all the way to second, like, that
was a quick inning for Buehler, though.
Yeah.
Actually, he's pitching pretty well right now.
Yeah, all things considered. I mean...
But yeah, anyway, so I think, I think it's a nothing. I love gamesmanship. I love shit like that. I love delayed steals. I love small ball. I love taking signs from second. So I got no issue, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, we move into game 3 of that Padres series, which was pretty ugly.
I mean...
It was bad. There's not a lot to say.
Yeah.
It was not offensively...
It's the thing is like it's like both starters were terrible. Yeah. Like you look at Bayo and Cease, who are both great pitchers. Like they had identical lines. They were both identically bad. And then like our bullpen just sucked more.
Cease was shut down until the 5th, I think. He was really good until the later part of his start.
He only went 6. And I think he got in I think he did like one, like I think he did a batter in the 7th maybe. I don't remember.
He ran into trouble, but he's an interesting pitcher because he is capable of being a top 1 or 2 starter in a rotation, but he hasn't been good this year.
I mean, I think if anything, but the series against San Diego highlights for me, like, and I think we'll get into more of this later in the episode, but my concerns about the Red Sox, not like odds to make the playoffs. I feel actually pretty good about that, but like their odds to like
compete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For it to matter. And I think the number one thing is like the series with the Padres highlight. I'm like, they got a bullpen. Like we don't. Like,
We have
not
three
in-
guys. We have three decent relievers that come out, and one like A+ reliever.
Yeah.
But the one thing to consider is like regular season baseball is so interesting because teams get really, really hot and really, really cold. Like the streakiness of individual players and teams is so, because it's a 162 game season. Like there's so much, parity within that of when a team is hot and when a team is cold. And like the Padres are like white hot right now. I mean, they have we'll talk about it later, but they've completely chased down the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean,
They're even with the Dodgers. Them and the Mariners are the same team right now. Like they were just like, fuck this shit. We are going after it. We're winning the division. And so I think we're looking at a team right now that if we were seeing them in October, we'd be saying like, this team is probably going to win the World Series. So it's not just competitive playoff, but it's like, this would be who we would see in the final round,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, when our rotation, like, I guess specifically when Bayo, Giolito, and Crochet are all good,
We're a tough team to beat.
and I'm not, like, the bullpen concern is not really there. That's not a consistent, that's not going to be consistently true.
It's not possible.
And especially in the playoffs, like, what happened this series was that our starters weren't 100% and our bullpen couldn't bail us out.
Yeah.
The same exact thing happened, though. Like, the starters, like, Pivetta, King, and Cease, none of them had a good
they were very
game,
mid.
but all three of them had a bullpen that could bail them out.
Yes, for sure.
And, like, that's why they won 2 out of those 3 games.
Yeah, and it kind of moves right along into this series where Crochet did not have his stuff. I have not seen him in a Red Sox uniform pitch that poorly. He just...
Okay, let's just be, like, so clear about what Crochet pitching poorly means. He pitched 4 innings, 7 hits, allowed 5 runs. I think 5 runs being his, like, bad.
That's as bad as you're going to get
Like,
from him. Yeah, I mean, I think he had one other start where he went 6 and gave up 4 runs, but he
it was not a great game for him. For what Crochet can do, for sure.
And I think this is the most innings he's thrown in the season now. So he's on an innings slight restriction, especially because he's had so many complete, 8 inning games. He had a complete game.
Well, he also had that weird minute where, like, I guess not this start, but the start before.
Yeah, he skipped it.
He came in after like 9 days rest and pitched electric, and then he was 5 days off before this. And like, I'm like, that's a lot. That's a radical back and forth. What's happening with Hunter Brown here?
Balk.
Hunter Brown just balked during the...
Dude, I just want to throw this out there.
Balks suck.
We've texted so much about this and talked off the recordings about this, but I have my opinion on Jarren Duran. Like, it's changed. First of all, he is literally on pace to do almost exactly what he did last year now, which we were saying at the beginning, there's no way he's going to do that. He's going to hit 14 triples. He's going to hit 40 doubles, and he's going to have an OPS over 800.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to, or right around there.
And then we're going to probably trade him, which I'm fine with.
I think he is going to get traded, but I really like him. And just right now, what we just witnessed, he took a 4-pitch walk. He gets on base. He's dancing around. He prompts a terrible pickoff attempt, which is a balk, and he gets second base. So now we have the fastest guy in the team on second with no outs. Like, he is so electric. He's such a spark plug. And, like, I don't know. I do think you're right. He'll probably end up being the one who gets traded, but I am going to be sad to see him go.
Yeah, he's great. He's so good. Real quick, going back a second to San Diego. What'd you think of that, like, of David Hamilton getting caught stealing,
dude,
and Bogarts kind of knocking him off the bag a little?
Okay, so there's a few.
I mean, this is a leading question.
First of all, Bogarts destroyed us in that series.
Yo, I know.
He was like 5 for 8, scored the winning run in extra innings. Like drop. No, it's not gonna drop. He literally did everything he could to freaking haunt his old team.
Yeah. He's like, you guys thought I was washed.
And he's on fire right now.
Yeah,
he's on a heater right now. But
good for him.
No, I still like Bogarts. It's not his fault that we didn't offer him a tenable contract.
I'll defend that decision from the Red Sox, honestly.
Even
it's
if he has
a bad contract.
Even if he has a good year now, he's not going to end up like he's not going to be a Hall of Fame player, and it's going to look bad. But my dog knocked over some drink on the floor. I think my take on that situation is that what replay is doing to base running is very frustrating.
Because it's making it really, like, nitpicky?
Like, that is ridiculous. In my opinion, like, technically his arm came off. I do think he was pushed off the bag.
Yeah.
I think he was, or maneuvered off the bag. I don't know if push is the right word, but Bogarts, the way he had applied his body, lifted Hamilton's sliding mitt off the bag.
So here's the thing. Maybe this is like a hot take, and maybe this makes me sound like an old man. I'm fine with what happened. I'm
Okay.
fine with. I think you absolutely, if you can shove a guy off the base like that, like not, you can't like put two hands on him and like push, but if like with your glove, like if you want to apply a little bit of force and that knocks him off, like I think that's fine. I think if the runner wants to come in a little hot and like knock the
Sure.
glove hand like away, like I think that's fine. Like the physicality.
Little MLB Slugfest 2005 type vibe.
Well, because like I think like what went after the the Utley rule where Chase Utley Chase Utley like slid in and I forget, was it Ruben Tejada? Like whoever it was like his fucked up his ankle. Like I think the sliding into second rules are kind of I don't love them. I think they're a little lame.
Yeah, I think so. And that's kind of where I go with the replay thing too, though. I think it's like mildly lame that it's like, well, his fingernail came off the. I'm like, is that what this is for though? You know?
Coley Mick made a really funny point. I don't know if he was kidding on the 10, but I liked it. I wonder what Cora's mad about right now.
It looks like Cora's about to get chucked. What's going on here?
Here, let's unmute it for a second. Yeah.
That's nothing.
Come on.
Dude, do not get ejected. That's ridiculous. So he was upset at another potential balk, but I didn't. There's no balk.
But like I think to I think to what your point is like it's like the one. Sorry, what I was saying before. Okay, yeah. Coley Mick had made this comment on the 10, and Duran's who pointed out. He pointed out look like a block. Anyway, Coley Mick made this point, and I think it's really funny, but also kind of a good one. Replay should not be allowed to include slow-mo.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea.
It should just be like what you like. It should literally you should just be able to see what you saw, which happens in real time.
Because we're looking at like micro. It's like in soccer they have offsides, and it's like. We're calling dudes offsides by like the toenail. Yeah. And I'm like, guys, this is crazy. Like, I get it, and I know you want to get everything perfectly right. And like technically, he was out. So
yeah.
And I will say this real quick. My bigger concern with that was actually, I know it's Hamilton, the choice to steal in that moment.
No, that was a bad time to steal too.
And the choice later in that game in extra innings to bunt for a hit, especially when he had two strikes.
No, that was like so unacceptable. I think
I couldn't believe it.
He's so frustrating to me right now. Like
that him though, or was that
was him?
What was that?
Because Cora was like, I think pretty clear that he wanted him to sack bunt. I mean, also it's like that's just like 101. Like in that situation, you sack bunt.
Totally, yeah.
I think Hamilton's like probably pretty frustrated about it, like his role on the team. But also, sorry, dude, you're not very good.
I mean, he's not comparable to dude. We have Romy at second base today, and like Romy's hitting.
No, we don't. We have Sedon.
Oh, Sedon, right? Oh, right.
Which is gonna lead me into another like whole tangent in a minute.
Sure.
But yeah, like I'm like, dude, you gotta not like players like Hamilton, and when I say players like Hamilton, I'm like fringe AAA, MLB guys who are not really starting games unless your team sucks or there's an injury.
Right.
Like you don't get to make decisions like that.
Yeah, and I mean there was a couple appalling. He sent was it Willier? He sent to second. He had him steal in that game as well, and he got thrown out. I mean there were a couple big mistakes, but that was bad. I mean, I couldn't believe that. You really cannot start extra innings, especially if it's Trevor Story on second base. Like, you're wasting a fast runner. Yeah. If you don't get the bunt down, you got to swing away with two strikes.
Hamilton's also fast. Like, he like doesn't need to really like bunt for a hit. Like, he can just bunt.
Drop it down.
You're
he was
fast.
trying to do a push bunt. Yeah.
Yeah, like just drop it down like a slow one down the third base line and book it. Like you're capable of getting to first.
Yeah, that was tough. That was frustrating for sure.
Yeah. I want to talk real quick about Sedon Rafaela.
Sure.
Sedon Rafaela is a center fielder, if for no other reason that he turns into Bobby Dahlbeck every time he plays second.
Yeah.
Like I mean, offensively.
I was going to say, it's because defensively, he's actually been really good.
No, he's a very good defensive second baseman.
Really good,
but with a bat in his hands, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I wonder what that's all about.
It's I think probably mental. He just and also today, I mean, he's made some really athletic, he made that really athletic catch that was, and almost turned a double play.
Yeah.
In like shallow right from second. Like, he's so athletic and so capable and such a good, like, we keep talking about like Cora's, like he has to be the Gold Glover for the center field in the American League. I'm like, yeah, okay. I agree. Stop putting him at second base.
Yeah, I think second base is a huge fucking thorn in the side for the team.
Dude, I swear to God, Pedroia cursed this team.
Yeah, it's so funny though, because like we go back to the Devers thing at the very beginning of the season. Like, we genuinely thought, we were sitting in this room saying Alex Bregman is about to be playing second base for 3 years.
I still don't know why I actually do know why we couldn't have done that, but like it's just like It's crazy to me. Like Romy, I think is a good second baseman.
I like him at second. And he's hitting well. I mean, he just hit a hard ground out to first, but he almost got the run in there. I mean, I like Romy at second. First base obviously is interesting because Toro's not hitting.
I am out on Toro.
Yeah, I'm out on Toro.
I think it's like he was great for a minute there, and he got us to a really good place. But I think he's done his job, and it's time to.
Yeah,
I honestly think it's time to bring up Campbell again.
Yeah, I would put Campbell at first. Campbell's been hitting well in AAA.
He's not great defensively, but like I don't think we're ever gonna get. Like I don't think the expectation has ever been or should have ever been very high for him defensively.
Yeah, it's tough though. I just watched this video. I was gonna send it to you. I mean, I played first base. That is and was my position, and like, I find it's interesting because like first base doesn't get any love as like an important defensive position. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you've seen the videos of Devers over there in San Francisco. It's a disaster.
It's ugly.
It's a disaster, which I do now. I kind of get. Really I kind of get why he was like, I don't want to play first base. Like, I kind of get it. Like, he's like, oh shit.
I think that trade is like, oh no, I have to play first base.
Yeah, I mean, he literally like cannot squeeze a ground ball. Like, it's embarrassing, and I do actually kind of feel bad for him, but I also don't because he seems like a dick. But anyway. Yeah, I think one thing that I've noticed is a good first baseman adds a lot to the team. And Romy is actually defensively a very good first baseman. He makes a lot of picks. He makes every play. He has a decent enough arm because he's played a bunch of different positions to like, if he needs to go home on an infield ground ball, he's capable of doing that. Toro is also defensively a pretty solid first baseman.
Yeah.
We had a weird gap. Casas was okay defensively. Dahlbeck I never thought was that great defensively.
No.
That weird gap between Mitch Moreland, who was a Gold Glover, and where we're at now, it was noticeable how not having a real first baseman was letting the team down. Like those little balls that scoop, you have to scoop 4 or 5 inches in front of the base. Like those should be outs.
Yeah, the Red Sox organization seems to be convinced that you can turn people into first base,
and
they're doing the same thing with the password right now in AAA.
And that's what I mean. Like this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to make Campbell the first baseman, make him the first baseman. And that's fine. And be like, we're going to commit to this. And like, you are going to be a good first baseman. Don't put him there and then put him in left field. And so what I'm concerned about with bringing Campbell up, as opposed to Toro, who obviously gets some minutes or innings at third base, but mostly at first base, I can at least say for Romy and for Abraham, it's like they pretty much know where they're going to be playing. And I do think that's important. I'm concerned that sometimes Rafaela will be in center and they'll put Campbell back at second, and then maybe Campbell will be first and Seti will be at second, and maybe Duran will be in center. Like there does have to be some consistency defensively.
Yeah. But I think the thing is like we are at the point in the season, like we are in mid-August.
Yep.
If we are making the playoffs, like we need to I don't know what our starting 9 is for like game 1 of the postseason. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean if you had to do it right now, who is it?
Well, I mean, I know what I would do. I just don't know what what the team would do. Like, I'm worried. Like, I think putting Ceddanne Rafaela at second base for a postseason game is a fucking horrible idea.
I would put him in the outfield.
You like have to put your best team out there, and like the best team, like Ceddanne Rafaela is in center field. I think there's merit to this whole Jaron Durant should DH thing. I think he's. I think the whole argument of like, oh, he's going to tank his value for getting traded is fucking obtuse and wrong. Like, it
doesn't matter when it's October. It's a
month and a half left in the season. Like we know he can field, but like right now that's not what we need from him.
Because you're not taking Willier out of right field.
And you're not putting Roman Anthony in the DH slot either. Like so, yeah, your best team has an outfield that is Roman Anthony, Ceddanne Rafaela, and Willier Abreu. Period.
I would agree with that, and I think Duran is your DH.
Yeah, and then like sorry Masataka Yoshida, but like again, like
he's not hitting really.
I think the Red Sox totally fucked him, but like at this point, I'm like, yeah, you're not part of the plan.
No, I think they're gonna try to package him up and move him out.
I honestly think they would DFA him.
He has how many? 2 years or 1 year left?
He'll have 2 years after this season, and both are like I think around they'll 18 million.
They'll keep him around next year, and then they'll cut him a year after. But
like. Yeah, I think the second base, it's like, yeah, Campbell's not a great option. Romy's great. And like, you might have to sacrifice it first. You'll have to sacrifice like on the right side of the infield a little bit no matter what.
Right.
Unless like Meyer comes back.
Which is not going to happen.
I don't think is going
to. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that things are pretty bleak for him right now.
With Meyer, what I'll say is where we were where we were gaining defensively, we were a bit sacrificing offensively.
But I think that gets offset if Duran is at DH. We haven't had a DH this season other than Devers, who is like that capable offensively. Yeah. And I think that offsets like what we lose offensively from putting Meyer at second.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it just makes us a better team.
Do you think that Christian Campbell is capable of?
That's gone. That's way out of here.
Okay, that might be game.
Fuck. It's 4-1 in the 6th home run. Who was that? Yeah. Come get Bueller, Cora. Come get your boy.
He actually pitched really well. It's too bad. Shit.
Yeah, that sucked.
That hurt. Couldn't get the run in last inning on third with 1 out. That hurt.
Yeah. Oh my God. The bases loaded in San Diego with 0 outs. I was like, we're gonna fucking choke. And like, at least with like Roman Anthony, like he put together a great at bat, and then he got fooled on that last pitch. Yeah. I forget if it was like a slider or like just a, or a curveball or something. Like it was just a breaking pitch that like was just like that just got him. I mean, like I can't like, I'm like, yeah, you're normally like, he's very good at reading the zone, but like, yeah, he's not, perfect, but it was a good at bat. I think, it was very frustrating, and this is very frustrating.
Yeah, it's not great. I would really love to steal this series, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, as far as I guess to bring it back to this series right now, I think we've definitely learned some valuable things against playing higher level competition.
Yeah.
Roman Anthony is very clearly ready to be here. Like he's a beast. I
want to talk about like real quick.
Sure.
Roman Anthony's like line from last night.
Oh, so good.
This is his Tuesday's game. So despite having 6 plate appearances, Roman Anthony was 1 for 2. He scored 4 runs. He had a homer, so he had an RBI, 4 walks, and a strikeout.
And if you watch the strikeout again, they frickin' fried him on the check swing. Yeah. He didn't strike out. It should have been 5 walks and a home run.
I think, like, in terms of, during the broadcast, they were saying, like, in terms of guys who drew, 3 or more walks, hit a home run, and were under the age of, or 21 or under in a single game, like in one game, like the list is like Roman Anthony and then like Albert Pujols.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's every stat I see about Roman Anthony is like it's like him and then just like this other Hall of Fame player.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say, I do want some. I'm turning so I can adjust my mic stand here. I do want some people to pump the brakes a little bit. Like I feel like I hear a lot of like Roman's gonna get MVP votes, and like that's ridiculous. No. Like that's.
He's not even going to win Rookie of the Year. Like, to be totally honest, he's not even going to win. Yeah.
So he's a really good... Yeah, Nick Kurtz. That guy's going to get it.
Yeah, you really have to enunciate that name when you say it.
Nick Kurtz.
Because otherwise, you slur it. It's just
could be bad. Could be real bad.
Even him, there's the other guy on the Athletics. His name I'm forgetting.
Well, there's a pitcher, too. I was looking at the predictions. Roman Anthony's second right now, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get MVP votes. He's a very, very good, capable player. He's going to win an MVP award, I think, in his career. Hot take, maybe. But he's going to be like a star Red Sox player for a long time. I don't think you see a swing like that and a guy with that kind of power come through and not work out. Maybe Resny Castillo. But I think it's... Pump the brakes. Some people I think just need to pump the brakes a little bit. I hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, he's getting MVP ones," and he's getting like, guys, he's got an 840 OPS. Like, he's not Cal Raleigh, he's not Aaron Judge, not yet. He could be, but he's not like
Jacob Wilson on the A's.
Jacob Wilson, yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, there's, I think, good catch by Romy.
Great play. Speaking of the devil,
I think it's very much a given, honestly, unless like barring tragedy. If Roman Anthony has a long and healthy career, like he is going to get MVP 1 year. Like it's literally in his contract. Like every year he gains more, like he gets more money for every MVP vote or every MVP award he wins.
Yeah.
Like the way that his contract's structured, by the way, like in year, I guess if the team were to exercise that club option to create a year 9.
Yeah.
That year 9 could potentially be like, I think it was like $41 million.
Yeah,
if you like if he achieves enough
hits
incentives,
all the incentives, the add-ons.
It's like, I mean, that's bonkers. But also like, awesome.
I just feel like the dude is 21. And so sometimes I get a little bit like, we do this with a lot of players. Red Sox fans are very like overzealously, Christian Campbell had a good month, and all of a sudden,
great month,
and we gave him the extension, which we'll see if that works out. I hope it does. I think he's very talented, obviously, but like, I think we were talking together like, okay, let's like see how this plays out over the course of the season. And I see people on my fucking Twitter feed or whatever, he's the second coming of Christ. Like I'm like, guys, he's a good player, is having a good month.
But also, I don't think like no one expected him to fall off as hard as he did.
Yeah, he went ice cold. He went ice cold.
Real hard.
But he's 22.
Yeah.
Roman Anthony's 21. Marcelo's 22. Like, these are young guys. Most major league rookies start at 25.
That's true.
These guys are years below the typical starting. Like, you don't get that many. I was gonna say Wander Franco, but I mean, he came up at like 19.
You don't get that many Wander Francos.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any Wander Francos. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's like, let's give him his flowers and let's pump the brakes on the crazy expectations, because I already see people. He struck, like you said, he got fooled on a really good pitch with the bases loaded and struck out against San Diego, and people are like, I'm seeing like, fucking horrible at bat. Like, yeah, he's 21. This is his first time seeing real major league pitching.
He also, like, his power hasn't come in yet.
No,
like,
wait until it does.
Like, hey, guys, you haven't even seen like his full power.
Yeah, he's got 4 homers.
Like,
Marcelo was on pace to hit more homers than him. Yeah. I mean, anyway, that's my take on him. Oh, there you go. Willier.
Good hit from Willier, yeah.
Willier's catching fire too.
Yeah.
He's starting to hit again.
Yeah.
Trevor's been hitting. I mean, the team is good. Like, even if we end up losing this game in this series, like, we've been competitive with this. We blew them out yesterday and they blew us out game 1. This has been a competitive series.
Yeah.
And we're in Houston, and we would be 4-3 against them on the season series.
Yeah.
So we still won the season series against a good team.
Yeah. So I want to talk real quick about the postseason.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I have both mentioned we're a little concerned for various reasons.
Yeah.
If the playoffs were to start today, or I guess at the end of today, I don't know what are the Mariners doing right now?
They're playing tonight.
Okay. So like, assuming that the Mariners also
they're tied with the O's right now, actually.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, okay, like, we don't know how either of these games end, so we're just going to pretend like we're just going to go off of the results from yesterday. Like, if the playoffs were today, Blue Jays and Tigers get a bye, and then it's, either Astros or Mariners versus the Yankees, and Astros-Mariners versus the Red Sox. Like, whoever is in the wild card or division from that split.
Yeah.
And in the NL, it's like Brewers and Phillies get byes, and then it's either Dodgers or Padres versus Mets, or Cubs versus Dodger Padres.
Of those, I'll throw 2 hot takes at you real quick. I still think the Astros win the AL West.
I still don't agree. I still think it's the Mariners.
I think the Mariners are really good, and I think they're really inexperienced when it comes to winning games down the stretch, like at this level of importance.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you're talking like, experience.
I think the Astros are like, been there, done that. Like, they have Correa back, Altuve, Pena's won a World Series. Like, these guys have been there, done that. So that's just my take. I think the Padres win the division.
I kind of agree. Sorry, talk Dodgers to me, guys.
I think the Dodgers.
I do think the Padres are.
I think Dave Roberts is going to manage his way out of a division title. I literally think that, and I don't want to. This is not a Dodgers podcast, but fuck.
Double play. We're fucked.
Oh, what the fuck is
I actually
that?
don't know if he was out at first there.
Yeah, we'll see. They might take a look. Goodness gracious, that was terrible. I think the Dodgers have been good. Nope, he's out. In spite of Dave Roberts' management, I think they've been good. I like Dave Roberts enough. Some of his recent comments, not so much. But I just don't think he's a good manager. Anyway, this is not a Dodgers podcast. I think we would play Houston. I
think, quite simply, the reason that the Dodgers aren't doing as well as the Padres right now, part of the reason I think the Padres have had such... Let me rephrase. The reason the Padres have been able to catch up to the Dodgers has got nothing to do with the Dodgers, like, sucking.
Yeah.
I just think right now the Padres want it more.
I mean, they're
like the
white
Padres
hot.
Are for years. The Padres have been like so fucking close. And
Connor Wong with a base hit.
But then they come up short. And I just like I think at this point they're like, we have to fucking win this division.
Well, because they know they're not going to get there if they have to play the wild card.
Yeah, but I think bringing it back to the Sox.
Yeah,
the thing that concerns me is like, so let's say hypothetically it's Red Sox versus like one of the 2 teams from the AL West. Then the next round, say we beat that team. The next round at this current stage we'd be playing the Tigers.
Yeah.
Also going to be hard because they swept us, remember?
Yeah.
But if we get past the Tigers, then it's going to probably be like Sox versus, again, the other AL West team. And what my point is, the reason I bring that up is like, there is no path for the Red Sox to win the pennant without playing the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
Either in the first round in the wild card game or in the ALCS. Because the Mariners...
Assuming they don't get upset.
Correct. But like, if the Mariners don't play us in the wild card, they're playing the Yankees. The Yankees are not beating the Mariners. Like,
I don't think so.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, no way. The Mariners can probably also beat the Blue Jays, which is who they hypothetically would play next. I look ahead at like what possibilities happen in this postseason. I'm like, if we play the Mariners, I'm very scared. And even if we, like, by some miracle win the AL pennant, I am terrified of literally any of the NL teams that we play. I'm very excited for the Red Sox to potentially make it back to the postseason. I'm also fucking so scared of what happens when we get there.
This might sound like underwhelming to people, but I think our goals need to be right now, get to the postseason. I'm not looking, I know at the beginning of the year, we're like, we got Bregman, we're going to win the World Series. Like, I am looking at this as like, we need to be competitive in the postseason. That doesn't mean we need to win, get to the World Series or win the World Series. I would like us to play, even if it's the wild card series and we're away, a good 2 or 3 games and look like we belong to be there.
Yeah.
We belong to be there. We belong there. I agree with you. I think we are even if we get the first wild card spot, I think of the wild card teams, the only team, I can't believe I'm saying this, the only team that we clearly overmatch is the New York Yankees.
Yeah, no, I mean, if we play the Yankees, I'm like, no, we should just jump us to the next round.
I actually think the Yankees, they might finish ahead of us still. It's very possible because they had such a hot start.
They have a much easier schedule.
They do. We have a hard strength of schedule down the stretch.
So fucking annoying.
I think that they are such a bad baseball team. Oh, just mess with it for a second. Did this come out? There you go.
Oh,
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
I think they're a terrible baseball team. They have like no fundamental baseball IQ whatsoever. They misplay every ground ball. They misplay every fly ball. They get caught stealing all the time. They don't hit with runners in scoring position. They can't bunt. They can't steal. Like
they have one like good player.
Yeah, literally.
And he gets injured for 20 to 40 games every year.
Although now Stanton's like a beast. Stanton's hitting like crazy.
So wait, well, you told me before there was a thing. I don't know what it is, but like, what did Chris Rose say that I'm going to...
We're going to pull this up and we are going to, I'll have to drop the audio into, let's watch Roman Anthony hit first.
Yeah, that's actually...
Well, I'll finish what I was going to say. I think that the Yankees are the only team we clearly outmatch, and we're going to see them this coming week, I believe.
For 4 games,
in
New York.
That'll be really interesting. I think Crochet, Bayo, Giolito destroys anyone they put on the rubber. I don't think there's any chance.
Maybe Fried.
Maybe, but
Fried's had some bad games.
Yeah, and we've hit him well this year.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, struck him out.
Fuck.
Interestingly enough, we won the season series against both Seattle and Houston. Which is very interesting to me because we went to Seattle and won the series. That was the first series post Devers trade.
Right.
So vibes were probably a little low.
Yeah.
And we went and beat them. Houston, I mean, this doesn't look good. It looks like we're going to lose 2 out of 3 on the road, which is fine. It's not called Minute Maid anymore, but whatever. Minute Maid Park is a hard place to go and win.
Yeah.
I think we are about 50-50 with those 2 teams. I think I'm not terrified of the Mariners. I don't necessarily want to play them, but I don't look at them as like there's no fucking chance. Detroit, I know they've been a little cold. I do not think, based on the pitching matchups and based on what they have at their disposal, I don't think we get by them. And Toronto, no way. I think Toronto's a very, very good team.
But I forget, we've done like okay against Toronto.
No, we haven't.
Haven't we?
They've destroyed us. We haven't won a series against them.
Hang on.
They've been very, very good again. I've literally been scared of them coming to town. Like, fuck, we got to play them again?
So the thing I remember about what was I going to say? The thing about the Tigers is like because from the one series we played them, the only starter we knocked around was Skubal.
Yeah.
And also, I think interestingly, I'm like, that might have something to do with the fact that Skubal doesn't walk anybody.
Yes. I think we struggle. We hit the ball very, very well. I actually think we struggle with pitches out of the zone more than pitches in the zone. We have a horrible chase rate. I mean, that's Willier's problem. That's Trevor Story's problem. That's been Roman's problem. Like, we struggle with pitches out of the zone.
Okay, you were right. I was wrong. We're 3-7 against
Yeah,
Toronto.
we're not good against Toronto. So real quick segue, and we'll bring it back.
Yeah.
So this was a comment made on Baseball Today, which I love. I love Baseball Today. I watch it every morning. Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe talking about Giancarlo Stanton's legacy.
Love Plouffe's hat.
Here it comes.
Ready?
Yeah. So I want to know your thoughts about that.
I think this is a really interesting point. Are you asking like what I think about the fact that he thinks Stanton will not get in the Hall of Fame? I think he's correct.
Really?
I think he's 100% right.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I just pulled up.
Wow.
I just went on StatHead. I went on the Versus Finder. Immediately plugged in. I was like, who's the like 500 home run like pre-PED or like it's like technically PED guy? Is like I was like David Ortiz. Like let's just do a Versus Finder. David Ortiz. Giancarlo Stanton. The only category where Stanton is really anywhere close is he's only exceeded him in stolen bases. Which like not hard to do with David Ortiz. Yeah. But if you just like look at Stanton's slash line. So beyond 500 homers.
Sure.
He's 7 hits away from 1,600 hits. 1,600 hits in almost 1,700 games. He's hitting 258 for his career. OPS under like 873. Poppy's OPS is 931.
Yeah.
Stanton has never won a World Series. Yeah. He's been in the All-Star game 5 times, which is great. MVP once, Silver Slugger twice. But he's never won a World Series. He's played, I guess, like 1,700 games. He doesn't have a lot of hits, like in terms of a Hall of Famer. I think in terms of counting numbers, like 500 is the only one he got. And I think if you look at the list of every 500 homer club member, they have a resume beyond that.
Right.
Stanton has nothing other than he smashes balls.
Yeah, he was. Oh, is my speaker on? No. He was a good fielder until the injuries really caught up to him. He had a good arm in the outfield.
But let me run down the list of 500 home run guys.
There's 28, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me be specific to the guys who are in the Hall of Fame. So we're not including Pujols and Cabrera, even though they will be in the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
And again, I don't actually know. Does Pujols have 3,000 hits?
Yes.
Yeah. Like Pujols and Cabrera have 3,000 hits. Stanton's nowhere near that. But Hank Aaron, of course, has the all-time record. Babe Ruth, of course. Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., Jim Thome, Frank Robinson. Also, this is the other thing. These guys played for fucking decades. I mean, this is also not a common thing now in baseball anymore, but Giancarlo Stanton, not only is his career not as long as all these other guys where Griffey played in the late 80s through to 2000s. Stanton not only has not played as long as these guys, but in the seasons he has played, he's barely shown up because he's hurt all the fucking time. Yeah, you look at guys obviously Ted Williams, 500 home runs, but also one of the best pure hitters in the sport.
And he missed 4 years for military service and came back like he didn't even miss a beat. It's crazy.
Frank Thomas, again.
Yeah.
Mashed the ball, but also played for... Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, only 18 years.
How many... Oh, okay. That's big. How many home runs does he have, Frank Thomas?
521.
Okay.
Okay, actually, hang on. Let me go to Baseball Reference's home run club page.
So while you're pulling that up, it's funny you say Frank Thomas because that was actually the comp that I had in my head. Frank Thomas technically got a World Series ring, but he didn't really. He played half the season for the White Sox and was left off the postseason roster.
Yeah.
And it was his last season. So, he kind of got a ring, but,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I just pulled them up on Versus. So, Thomas has played in 700 more games currently. This is, of course, if Stanton's career ends today. Played 700 more games. He has almost 1,000 more hits.
Right.
He has almost 600 more runs batted in. He has a batting out. He has a line of 301, 419, 555.
Yeah.
He's an OPS of 974. And he's, I guess won a championship, but he's won 2 MVPs, a batting title, 4 Silver Sluggers. He's like, his resume is better than Stanton's.
It
just
is, but here's the interesting thing about Stanton. The injuries I almost look at as a plus for him. He will be able to get to 500 home runs. And like, I don't think he'll get to 2,000 hits. But if he somehow does or comes close to it, the fact that he's been able to get 500 in spite of being injured frequently is pretty unbelievable. Like his home run to at bat ratio is probably one of the higher, in the history of baseball. I also think 500 home runs for me, there's only 28 guys who have it. They're all, I mean, the steroid guys are not, but the non-steroid guys are all in the Hall. So who's not? McGuire, he doesn't even have 500. Sosa, Ramirez, Rodriguez, Sheffield. Who are the 500 guys that aren't in the Hall? Can you look that up for me real quick?
Wait, sorry, guys who
are not 500 home run guys who are not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, so
it's the steroid guys. I know it's Sosa, Ramirez, Rodriguez, and
so yeah, Bonds.
Bonds, duh.
Pujols and Cabrera currently,
but they're gonna get eligible. It right. They're gonna be in.
A-Rod, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, Rafael Palmeiro.
Okay, Mark McGuire does have it. Palmeiro,
Manny, Gary Sheffield.
So 6 of them. Yeah. And that's not including Pujols and Miguel.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 22 guys of the 28 that are in the Hall of Fame. I believe there's 370 Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
So of the 370 Hall of Famers, only 22 of them have 500 home runs. I think if you hit 500 home runs, I'm not a big counting stats person. I think you get in. I just think like it's such a rare accomplishment, and for him to do it despite being injured at the frequency that he's been injured, I don't think he gets in on the first ballot. I think he might get in on the 10th ballot, but I think he gets in. Harold Baines is in the Hall of Fame. Tim Raines is in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
The Hall of Fame making mistakes in the past does not warrant making mistakes in the future.
No, I agree with you, but I think if you're going to look, Harold Baines was elected in like 4 years ago. Like that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think, I think he's going to get in, and I think he does deserve it. Dude, hitting fucking 5 home runs in the major leagues is hard. Like we're talking about Trevor Plouffe, like that guy has 100 home runs. I'm like, damn, he's a stud. He had 100 home runs in Major League Baseball. What a beast. Like 500? No, and I'm no Giancarlo Stanton fan. Like, he plays for the team I hate the most. But I also think the World Series thing is interesting because he spent half of his career playing for like the worst franchise in history. He also won an MVP and led the National League in home runs. Like, I don't think you can look at, Frank Thomas, I don't think ever won an MVP. There's a lot of guys.
Frank Thomas has won 2.
Oh, he won 2? Okay, there you go. So I think winning an MVP adds a big stamp to his resume. I think he's not getting in early. I think he gets in on his last try, but I think he gets in. That's my take. I think 500 home runs, you should get in.
Yeah, I don't think that it should be the only...
But I think the MVP also adds credence to it. So he had a point. He had an MVP 2 and an MVP 1. He had it's not a 7-year peak, but it's a point in time where he was the most feared hitter in the National League.
I think if you... Actually, wait, hang on. I got to pull this up again because I need to look at everybody's batting lines.
It's definitely an interesting debate though, huh? Because I never really thought about it, but I was like, huh.
Oops. Because here's the thing to me is all... is outside of hitting home runs, I don't think Giancarlo Stanton is that remarkable a hitter.
He used to be. I think he used to be. He's never been the same.
If you look holistic, you look at his whole career, you don't you're not this guy could hit the ball anywhere on the field. It's this guy hit home runs or he struck out. But okay, so let's see. Of all the 500, okay, actually interesting. So let's see. Let's compare Giancarlo Stanton to Harmon Killebrew.
Okay.
Who has a very funny name.
Yes.
Oh, whoops. I just did Frank Thomas and Harlan. I don't care about Frank Thomas in this case. Whoops. Yeah, so they have a similar batting line. About the same average. Killebrew has a slightly better on base. Stanton has a slightly better slug.
Okay.
Killebrew still played in 800 more games than Stanton has to this point, and has, 400 more 400 more hits overall. And he also hit 300 or 573 home runs. So, and he has over 400 more runs batted in. He was also a 13-time All-Star. which I don't think anyone in baseball currently is like near that number of all-star.
No,
winners.
I mean the All-Star thing in general is a little silly, but
And he's also only won one MVP. But I guess my point is, he is a better, like, so he's the most comparable to Stanton.
and he has more victories in his column, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stanton could be like he's not certainly not inner circle, you know.
Yeah, like the next closest is like Reggie Jackson.
Right.
But Reggie Jackson also won a shit ton of World Series with the A's and the Yankees.
This is the other thing, though. Stanton's postseason numbers are fucking crazy good.
Yeah, except he hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but you can chalk that up to like
if Juan Carlos Stanton wins a World Series, like I think he's in the Hall of Fame. Barring that or playing like 8 more years and getting 3,000 hits, like I don't think it's happening for him. I wouldn't vote for him.
I would put him in. I think his postseason numbers are incredible. Like he's the one guy. Him and Soto were the only guys that did anything for them last October. Judge just like didn't bring his bat to the World Series.
All right, let me hit you a take now. I don't think I'd vote for Juan Soto to get to the Hall of Fame. I mean, obviously, like he's very early in his career comparatively.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't think he's going to get to a point. I don't think he's going to hit 500 home runs.
I actually think he's very overrated.
I think he walks a fuck ton, and I think it's awesome.
I think he's very overrated. I've been saying that for a long time. I think he'll get in the Hall of Fame. I think he will, but I don't think we'll look at his career as like inner circle. Dude, he's never been the best player. And again, he is young, but this is his 7th or 8th season. He's never been the best hitter in his league, ever. American League, Aaron Judge was a better hitter than him last year. National League, when he was with San Diego, Tatis was literally better than him the first year he got traded.
What about when he was with Washington? I guess Bryce.
Oh, yeah, but there were tons of guys that Bryce won an NL MVP. He's never been the best hitter. Like, he's never been, I don't even think he has an MVP 2 or 3.
He's never won an MVP.
I don't think he has a top 3 finish. I don't think he is as good as everybody says he is. That being said, I'm not saying he's not good. He's very, very, very good. Yeah. He probably will get in, but like
he's at 229 home runs.
Yeah, I think he'll get to 500. I think he'll get in.
But I don't. Yeah,
he has one MVP. Oh no, he has an MVP 2 and an MVP 3. Okay, I was wrong about that. But he's never won MVP, and he's never been. Who won it in 2021? This is just completely. Yeah, Harper won it in 2021. So there you go.
I mean, I guess like I think the thing that I'm getting at is like I look at this list of everyone who's hit 500 home runs, and generally speaking, like from their counting stats and you know everything, I'm like all of these guys were not just good power hitters, but they were good all around hitters. It's kind of the same way as like okay, the 3,000 strikeouts thing. Absolutely, you get 3,000 strikeouts. Like I don't care if you play for the Rockies.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're in the Hall of Fame for sure. But that's because like in order to get 3,000 strikeouts, you have to be a great all-around pitcher, period. And I just like with Stanton, I'm like all around, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I would agree, but I just think the 500 thing gets you in. I just think that's like a step of the level of like, holy shit, that's such an incredible accomplishment. It's definitely though like what I would say is if he didn't get in, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, how could they have done this? I would just be like, wow, that's too bad for him.
I guess like let me ask you this like hypothetical anyway. Like let's say that Ted Williams doesn't hit 500 home runs.
Sure.
But he still has that season where he hits 406.
Okay.
Is that enough to get him into the Hall of Fame?
One season where he hits 400?
And he's the last guy to do it.
No.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
It depends, but that also depends on because that's one season. So if he hits 400, but then he hits 250 every other season, if he hits 400 and then continues to be a 315 hitter for the rest of his career, absolutely. Okay. So like, this is just so not related to the Red Sox at all. We've gone on a Tony.
No, but I think it's a really funny tangent.
So Ichiro is an interesting example to me.
Okay, yeah.
Because Ichiro is like the hit king, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, Pete Rose is technically the hit king, but
Fuck
Pete Rose is also a piece of shit. So, like Ichiro's numbers, never won a World Series, only played in like one postseason series in his career, I think. They won the 112 games and they lost to New York. I don't know what he did in that one series, but he wasn't a postseason player. Had very, very limited slugging numbers. Had like I think he has one of the lowest slugging percentages in Hall of Fame inductees. He has a 750 career OPS. He just has a fuck ton of hits.
Right. I think there are a couple of things about it. One is the fact that he's like,
amazing defender.
Well, yeah. He's also I think that he's the first. Was he the first Japanese batter?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like breaking a barrier.
Totally.
A. B. He broke the record for single season hits like the for hits in a
Yes.
single season, and then a couple years later he broke his own record.
Yeah.
So like that, there's that.
He's amazing.
I think like after like 10 games, he got above 300 for his career batting average, and it never went below that again.
And this is also, this is not an anti-Ichiro agenda here.
Yeah. Also, I think, and this is also really important, is Ichiro did all of that after already playing a substantial career in Japan. Like he's already
to a Hall of Fame clip.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I mean, he's incredible.
If Stan had also hit 300 home runs in another baseball league, yeah, I might be a little more like.
So
okay.
here's the last one. What if Stanton plays? This is his 16th year. What if he plays 20 seasons and he stays healthy? This is probably not going to happen.
Right.
But let's say he averages 25 home runs over the next 4 seasons. So that's
it's 100.
100 more. So that leaves him with 540. Like maybe if he gets 501. Then it's like, but if he gets 540, he's up there with David Ortiz.
I think it gets, I think then it gets a little like, I think it gets harder to argue against him. I do think it's still worth wondering, like, is he only hitting home runs in this whole span of his career, or is he, like, I think if someone wants to make the argument that I am also currently making, which is like that, 500 home runs has always been a get into the Hall of Fame immediately card, but I think nowadays it's like where, the three true outcomes are like such a big deal.
Right.
Is that still true if the batter is not also a great all-around hitter? If this guy can't also hit doubles and and triples and a shit ton of singles.
He's like 300 doubles,
And if someone were to be like, if Ken Rosenthal was like, I'm not voting for Giancarlo Stanton because he's not actually like a well-rounded hitter, he just hits a shit ton of home runs, and that's not enough for me. I'd be like, that's what I'm saying.
Totally if he doesn't get in, I wouldn't be like, how could they do this? Like that, I would just be like, oh, that sucks. But I would vote him in at the end. I probably wouldn't use votes the first couple years, and then as it got whittled down, I'd be like, I'll fucking put him in.
I think if it's like him or I'm also like, if Giancarlo Stanton's can be in the Hall of Fame, then like so can Manny and Alex and all the steroid guys. Like
I think they should be in. No,
they should already.
We've already talked about this. I think they should be in. I think it's silly that they're not, but that's a whole different discussion. I mean, it's also just the last point I'll bring up, which is so interesting. I always go to Mike Trout.
Oh, that's actually a really good. I hadn't thought about Mike Trout
because like Mike Trout has a lot of MVPs, obviously, but like he's played in he has one postseason hit and it's a home run.
How many home runs does he have career wise at this point?
398. This is his 15th season. He's getting in, for sure. He's 100% getting in.
He'll play until he gets to 500.
I would think so.
But that's the thing. Is like Mike Trout has Gold Gloves, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Mike Trout, in addition to hitting,
actually no, he does not.
What?
No Gold Gloves. Mike Trout has no gold. He's a good fielder though. Yeah. He is a good fielder.
But so great fielder.
1,
also,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times Silver Slugger.
A lot more than Stanton.
3-time MVP, Rookie of the Year. He's in, and like he's inner circle in because his career on base percentage is 400. Like
he's
that's
also
ridiculous.
He's also a well-rounded hitter.
Yes, he gets on base, he walks, he doesn't strike out.
He just has the misfortune of like wanting to play for a shitty team,
and like he has a worse injury record than Stanton's.
Does he?
Bro, Mike Trout's injury record.
I mean, they're both injured so fucking often.
Yeah, I think Mike Trout's injury record is on par with anybody. It's horrible. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, the Hall of Fame thing is just a little bit ridiculous sometimes anyway, because like you said, there's so many guys that should be in that aren't. Do you want to close? Is there anything we're missing that we want to close on? Because took us on a ride here. We're also in the 9th here. We have a base runner. We're down by 3 runs with no outs.
So real quick, just our schedule.
Yeah.
For the next couple so the Red Sox, after this Astro series this weekend, we're going to play the Marlins at Fenway.
Yep.
We should really win all those games.
Hey, they're not bad though.
They're not bad. I was looking at the standings. They're not making the playoffs.
They're below 500, but they're not a bad team.
We have Giolito, Bayo, and Crochet going those 3 games.
Okay.
I think. So that should be good. Also, I just want to flag, because we're talking about the other postseason teams. The Mariners are playing the Mets. The Blue Jays are playing the Rangers.
Okay.
The Astros are playing the Orioles. The Tigers are playing the Twins. The Yankees are playing the Cardinals.
Okay.
The Padres are playing the Dodgers. I look forward to watching that series.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
So I think those are all worth watching. I think the Mariners and the Mets and the Astros versus the Orioles are 2 series just to see like where they shake out in terms of the division. But the Yankees should beat the Cardinals, but like knowing them, who knows?
Cardinals are a weird team because they're not that good, but they're capable of being good.
Yeah. So all right, that's that. But that's everything else from me.
Cool. I
All
think
right.
that's pretty much it. Let's do the little rosy thorny here.
Let's do a Rosie Thorny. I actually wrote mine down this week.
Yeah, I did too. So I'm gonna go with who do I want to start with here? Do I want to start with? I'm gonna go with Christopher Sanchez as my rose,
Okay.
who, according to a lot of metrics, Romy gets on. All right, tying run is now at the plate here. Totally distracted there. Christopher Sanchez has been pitching so well for the Philadelphia Phillies, and according to I think it's the MGM, which I'm not big on the sports betting, but the MGM Cy Young predictor has now moved ahead of Paul Skeens in potential Cy Young race.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That's sick. Dude, I really like the Phillies a lot. I really like their team, and I really am impressed by, I don't know. So I just wanted to give a little shout out. He's not someone, because they have Wheeler, obviously. He's not someone that gets talked about. I think that's just really impressive. He's great. My thorn goes once again. This is the second time I've given this person my thorn, but I think we are seriously looking at a world in which Emmanuel Clase never plays baseball again.
Dude, I know. Their lockers got cleared out, him and Ortiz.
I think for him specifically, though, I know last week I gave my thorn to Major League Baseball for not disclosing the investigation, but drop.
No, it's not going to drop.
I just think, looking at the numbers from the investigation, like the amount of first pitch, like basically non-competitive pitches, it's so obvious what he's doing. And I heard an interesting piece from Michael Porter Jr. He's an NBA player. His brother got banned for gambling from the NBA. He's a player. He got banned for life. He was like, dude, it's so easy to do. Michael Porter's against gambling. And he was like, it's so fucking stupid because you can tell your homies, yo, just bet on me to only play 10 minutes. Like, there's all these little micro bets. And he's like, I'll just take a dive and pretend that I'm injured, and you get $10,000. You get your little bag. Like, it is setting a dangerous precedent.
Man, who could have predicted that?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's just a little too close to home. So, yeah, Emmanuel Clase, we will probably never see him play ever again, which is so crazy. Dude, he was electric. He's a great player.
It's so funny because I think he just fucked up the Guardians' whole trade deadline.
Yeah, he did. He also got popped for steroids 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, he's just, dude.
Yeah, the Guardians should have traded him years ago.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, I think those are good, Rose and Thorn. My rose goes to Alex Bregman, despite the fact that he and Scott Boras were telling the press that they are not negotiating on an extension until after the season.
Oh,
which,
right.
Like, who believes that shit? He did appear in a Sam Adams ad that was fantastic.
Yeah, I saw.
And I don't believe that he would have done that.
That was no mistake.
If he wasn't staying in Boston forever, and I really hope he does. But I loved that ad. It was really funny.
Well, they also came forward and said yesterday that they were doing extension talks, and he's going to wait because now they're in a postseason.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And then my thorn goes to Roman Anthony and Alex Bregman because both of them don't like ketchup, and I guess Roman Anthony thinks that ketchup should be
banned or something.
He was like real hardcore about it. He was like exterminated from the earth.
Ketchup is the most mild.
I feel like I've been hearing so much anti-ketchup rhetoric in the last year.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I didn't really know until watching the Bear. I guess in Chicago they do not like that people put ketchup on their hot dogs. I'm not that I'm gonna be pro ketchup here, but I'm also not gonna be anti ketchup. Ketchup's fine.
It's a very mild condiment.
Why are we picking a fight with fucking ketchup?
It's not that deep. Yeah.
Do what you want. Put it on a hot dog. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Weird.
That's very strange.
Fucking weird thing to say.
It's cool that Breggy and Roman like each other that much. I don't know.
I mean, I don't. Can you imagine if Bregman leaves the Sox and Roman Anthony's fatherless on this team?
I don't think they're going to let that happen. I think the next move for the team to make is so obvious.
It's honestly, nothing has been more obvious. And there have been a lot of obvious things
There's $200 million on the table that we can use to lock up.
I'd give him $300 million. I don't fucking care.
Bro, just give him a stupid contract and beat the last 3 years of it.
Defer whatever you have to, but just
because he's 30 or 31.
He's 31.
31.
He'll be 30. Yeah, next year he'll be 32.
Alex Bregman into his age 36 season is still going to be a good player.
I want him to retire a Red Sox.
Yeah, I do too. Did he call that a strike? So we just real quick, we have
two guys on.
2 on, 2 out. Ref Snyder up, ball 1. We are down by 3. So the tying run is at the plate. I would just say swing for the fences, Daddy.
Not a lefty on the mound, which is a bummer.
Not, but it is better than Connor Wong at the plate. Ball 2.
Sorry.
Astros pen is very interesting because they don't have. I mean, this guy Abreu is really, really good, but the names coming out of their pen are much less.
Is this Brian Abreu?
Yeah. In past years, they've had like some big dogs.
Who is that guy who like was like, dude, that was a strike? Come on.
As a hanger.
Who is that guy in the bullpen on the Astros who like said something like vaguely threatening or harassing to like female reporters or something in the clubhouse? Like it was like something in front of the GM. Like I don't know.
I don't remember that, but I do remember. Don't call that 3-1. I do remember they picked up Roberto Osuna.
That's who it was.
Yeah, after
it was
he
Ozuna.
beat his wife.
Yes.
And that was just like, what the fuck? So he's no longer in baseball. Julio Urias is another one. He got reinstated, but the Dodgers aren't going to tender him. He's not going to play. Roman Anthony's had a tough day. He's on deck, 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. You guys are getting live looking. Oh, that's ball 4, Poppy. Swung at a bad pitch.
Yeah, Zuna taunted, taunted female reporters back in this was like 2019.
Dude, I used to hate. Oh my god, I hated the Astros so much. Do you remember when Gurriel did that like the Asian eyes thing?
Oh no, it was
racist.
It was an assistant GM who like said to a group of female reporters after like
struck him out, game over.
Fuck. After they won the ALCS, he's like, "Thank God we got Osuna. I'm so fucking glad we got Osuna." Like,
yeah.
Which is,
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Fuck that guy.
Red Sox lose.
Cool.
Red Sox lose.
Awesome. Really needed that one, guys.
Yeah. Well, we will check in with you guys next week on that somber note.
Remember to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple and Substack, and follow us on Instagram. And
hey, if we're considering Twitch live games maybe toward the end of the season, so if that's something you guys are interested in, you can email my assistant. I don't have an assistant. You can just let us know on Instagram. But if that's something you guys would be interested in, just send us a DM and just be like, yo, do the Twitch thing. But yeah. All right, guys. Hasta luego.